What it do, y'all? What's up, man? It's your boy Protect, man. Brrr. Back with another video for y'all today, man. Hope you're blessed and staying safe and healthy. Find good to our glory to God. When God said right now, God will open doors and pay way for all y'all. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. This evening, I might just drop. I don't know why the mic hit the floor, but this evening, man, we'll talk quarterbacks this evening. And quarterbacks that, are on the free agent market or on the trade block. Potentially on the trade block, too, because some of these guys might not be getting traded, but we're going to talk about all these guys, including the big four that are being, rumored to be traded to different teams, things of that nature. And we'll have some other guys that we'll talk about tonight, too. And I'll talk about tonight. Let's get to the core position real quick. So I'm going to have some slides for y'all for the big four guys. And for the other guys, I'm going to just give you guys some maybe some destinations, things of that nature, and some potential destinations and where they can go and what's my prediction and things of that nature. So I'm going to start right now with Jameis Winston. Let's get right into this. Jameis Winston had a solid season in New Orleans this past season. Had the Saints at 1.5-2, and looked like they're going to definitely make the playoffs. He unfortunately tears his ACL in the middle of the season, and the Saints proceed to go 3, and they went 8-9, right? So they went 3-6 the rest of the way, and finished 8-9, missed the postseason. So I think they would like to get Jameis back in New Orleans, but also, other fits, maybe like Pittsburgh. Also, even Washington could be a fit for Jameis Winston as well. Both those teams really need a quarterback. Those guys have guys such as Dwayne Haskins, Taylor Heineke, Mason Rudolph on their roster, Kyle Allen on their respective rosters, and they even want to upgrade that position. I definitely think Winston's an upgrade over those guys for sure. So, yeah, I think those are maybe some good fits for him. Also, he could go after being a backup quarterback. He can go, also he can go to Carolina. Carolina can use a quarterback. Cam Newton's washed. Sam Darnold is absolutely awful. They can use a quarterback as well in Carolina. So those are some fits for Jameis Winston. I do think he ends up in New Orleans back with the Saints. I think that's just a good fit. I know Sean Payton no longer there, but whoever the coach is, he's familiar with the players. He's familiar with Alvin Kamara, Marquez Callaway, and guys of that nature. So he's familiar with the players that are already there. And I think it's just familiarity and all that type of stuff. And he was breeded behind Drew Brees for a year and a half. So I think they want to, Brees for a little bit. So I think he'll be back with the Saints, honestly speaking. I think he signed a 2-year deal anyway. So anyway, he's a free agent. I do think he'll be retained by the New Orleans Saints along with other guys like Toronto. That nature. So I think he remains with the Saints. But those are my 3 fits for Jameis Winston. Next, Marcus Mariota. Mariota, backup quarterback for the Raiders this past season. Didn't play much. I don't think he played at all. Played a little bit last year when Derek Carr went down with a quick injury. He played 1 game and looked okay. Mariota was a very interesting case because he was the second pick in the draft behind said Jameis Winston. He had a ton of potential in Tennessee, but he just didn't meet up to the expectations of being the number 2 pick in the draft. He had some inconsistencies, things of that nature. Eventually, Ryan Tannehill took his job, and he had to go. So Mariota's an interesting case. I'm not a Mariota guy. Super Mariota. I'm not a Super Mariota guy, but he's interesting nonetheless. The same team would be interested in Mariota, and you could probably throw in the Bills as well because he'll be looking for a backup quarterback. He's definitely better than Mitchell Trubisky as a backup. So add the Bills to that mix as well. So, yeah, Steelers, Washington, Carolina. Yeah, those teams. You can even throw the Lions in there for a backup role as well because their backup quarterback situation is absolutely horrible. So, yeah, that's that. I think for me, a great fit for Mariota is Pittsburgh. I think it's a great bridge. I do think that the Steelers will draft a quarterback like a Kenny Pickett or someone of that ilk. Maybe Desmond Ridder. Also, Matt Corral. They had a 12th pick in the draft, so they had to pick right before the Washington football team. It's currently called the Washington football team. We'll see what their name is in a couple of days. But behind the Washington team, they're right behind them. So I think they're going to take a quarterback in round 1. And I think that guy's either Pickett if he's available, or I think it'll probably be Corral. Because I think, or even Howell. Even Sam Howell could be, the 12th pick in the draft as well. So I think they're going to draft a quarterback. They're going to take the Big Ben approach, draft their future quarterback, not trade a bunch of draft capital for a quarterback, and they're going to go ahead and draft the guy. And then we need a bridge because Dwayne Haskins ain't it. Okay, Mason Rudolph is off, so those two guys aren't it, so they can't be bridges. So being the perfect bridge for them is Marcus Mariota. He's mobile. He can throw. Not the best thrower of football. He's the most accurate guy in the world, but he can throw a little bit. He has some weapons around that will make him look good. Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool, Pat Pyramouth, Najee Harris. So they have weapons around Marcus Mariota to make him look like a solid, competent NFL starter for a year while Ritter sits whoever is picked at 12 sits. So I think that's a great fit. Mitchell Trubisky is the next guy I'm going to talk about very briefly. I'm going to keep this one super short. I'm going to see I got some comments. So what's up, guys? Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's up, Hawk? Hawk! What's up, bro? How you doing, Brody? It's a great NFL weekend. Yeah, definitely. It was a great follow to the divisional weekend. I'm going to have NFL right now tomorrow, and we'll go more in depth about the weekend. But that was an astounding weekend of football for sure. But Mitchell Trubisky, I think, fits for him on Washington again. There's time for a quarterback. And we were linked to Mitchell Trubisky, so it makes sense. Also, Washington, maybe Carolina. I don't think Carolina will touch Mitchell Trubisky, honestly. Atlanta for a backup quarterback spot. And that'll be a good fit for him being a backup behind Matt Ryan for a year. Then maybe becoming the starter later on and later on in life in the next year in 2023. The fits for Mr. Trubisky kind of tough. Can't go back to Chicago. Maybe the Vikings, if the Vikings were to trade Kirk Cousins away, and they might want to bridge after they did it for Kellen Mond, if they think Kellen Mond could be the guy. So I think Mitch Trubisky. What up, Gregory? How you doing? What's up, Gregory? Pat, how you doing, bro? I had Washington on my as the number one fit for him, but I'm gonna go with him going being a backup again. I'm gonna say Minnesota. That's my fit. I think he's an insurance policy in the case they trade Kirk away, because their cap situation is absolutely a mess, and if they don't extend Kirk Cousins, they're gonna have to move him. So I think the Vikings will be a great fit for Mitchell Trubisky to be the backup and maybe eventually be the starter if they have to trade Kirk Cousins away. Speaking of upset Kirk Cousins, I think he's staying in Minnesota, by the way, probably, but, another top for another day. Jimmy Garoppolo. I know a lot of Washington fans are saying, go get Jimmy Garoppolo. Hell no. Fits for Jimmy, Carolina, Washington, and I would probably throw the Colts in there if the Colts were to move on from Carson Wentz. Doubt it, but, anything can happen in the National Football League, okay? I'm going to say Carolina. Hear me out here. If Carolina strikes out on Deshaun Watson, which is very possible, when I get to the big four, you'll see why I said that. They strike out on Deshaun Watson. Let me take this comment real quick. Say the backup will be Buffalo. Yeah, I think he'll get more of that $2.5 million he got this past season. So it might be a little rich for Buffalo's blood to the cap situation, but maybe. Do you think Trubisky remember when he was drafted by Patrick Mahomes? Yeah, of course. And Deshaun Watson, by the way. Jimmy Garoppolo is available. Do I want him here? Yes, exactly. I don't want Jimmy Garoppolo either. But with Jimmy, right, I think Jimmy's now a bridge quarterback. I don't think no one could think of Jimmy Garoppolo as a franchise quarterback. He misses too many wide open throws. He's not consistent enough. He's injury prone. And his cap number is pretty disgusting. Unless the Niners cut him and you pay your price. I think the Niners want to move him and want to get something back for him, which is understandable. You invest a bunch of money in him, so it makes sense. I'm going to give this fit for Jimmy Garoppolo to the Panthers. I think Carolina's going to look for a bridge. They're going to look to draft a quarterback. Family Sports Podcast. What it do, man? How are you? What's shaking? Let's just go. Charlie check. Yes, they're gonna move Jimmy Garoppolo. I think it's a minimal investment to trade for Jimmy Garoppolo, and they're gonna probably draft a quarterback because they had the 6th pick. And with them having the 6th pick, I think they're gonna take Kenny Pickett. Right, he's the best quarterback in the draft right now, so he's the number 1 guy on the board. They're gonna take Kenny Pickett, and they're gonna go ahead and have Jimmy be the bridge, kind of how he used the bridge for Trey Lance. And they're going to move on from Jimmy after this year and say that $25.5 million on the cap. And they're going to go ahead and start Kenny Pickett. So that's why I think they're going to roll with. They're going to roll with Jimmy Garoppolo as a bridge. And if Kenny Pickett beats him out in camp, they'll just cut Jimmy Garoppolo. It's nothing but a $2 million dead cap hit if they cut him. So it's a very, very low-risk, high-reward situation with Jimmy. So I think the Panthers will subscribe to that. If they strike out on Deshaun Watson, which I think they will. Unless he waives no trade clause. Teddy Bridgewater. I have it to be determined with Teddy Bridgewater. It depends on what the Broncos do at quarterback. If the Broncos just reset the whole quarterback room, he's gone. You're going to find a team, and I don't think no one going to really touch Teddy as a starter. I think teams like the Bills might touch him as a backup. Maybe the Patriots might touch him as a backup behind Mac Jones. Maybe even the Giants could maybe touch him for a backup role because behind homeboy, Daniel Jones, Danny Fumbles, they don't have a darn thing behind him. They have Mike Glennon. That's trash. So, and Jake Fromm is absolute garbage. So, with that being said, maybe the Giants for a backup role. I'm going to go with that for now. I'm going to say the Giants. They have nothing behind Daniel Jones. Absolutely nothing. That cover is so bare, it's disgusting. So, yeah, I'm going to go with that. What does that mean for Sam Darnold in Carolina? He's done. They rescinded the 5th-year option. He's a free agent. So, I'm going to talk about Darnold a little bit, but I think Darnold's going to be sitting out there for a little bit. Darnold looked very bad this year. And it's his 2nd team. So I don't vote well for him at all. I think Trey Lance would give them a better chance to win. If the Rams had Carr, bought him in. Yeah, is there like a Trey Lance package maybe? Might would have helped, but decided to do that. So let's get to Sam Darnold real quick if I get to the big 4, because the big 4 are the most big ones and most important ones. Sam Darnold. I think he's going to be a backup somewhere. He cannot be your starting quarterback. He was horrendous this past season. Absolutely awful. I thank God we didn't trade for that boy. He was awful after that 3-0 start. Without Christian McCaffrey, he was absolutely awful. So, the Panthers might retain him as a backup? I doubt it. Right? Carolina could retain him as a backup quarterback and draft Kenny Pickett and go with that. Right? I put Washington in there, but Washington will only be a fit for Darnold in a backup role. He will replace Taylor Heineke. If you want to upgrade the backup position, if they draft your quarterback of the future and have your quarterback of the future start right away, you can have Darnold a nice quality backup. And then, Heineke can, kick rocks or whatever. If you feel that way about Taylor. It's tough. Green Bay could use a backup quarterback. I think trade Aaron Rodgers away. They're going to trade Aaron Rodgers. Let's get that clear. Probably going to trade Aaron Rodgers. So, Jordan Love will be their starter. You need a backup. Darnold could back up. Love or whatever. That's cool. But that's about it, bro. I maybe the Colts for a backup role. I don't see much work for Sam Darnold on these streets. I just don't. Maybe the Vikings. I think with Darnold, I'm going to just go with both the Colts for being a backup, bro. Or the Texans. I just don't see him getting any work. Same with Tyrod. I think Tyrod will be retained with the Texans. So actually, no, I'm not going to say the Texans for Darnold. I'll probably say the Vikings for now for being a backup quarterback behind Kirk Cousins. And then for Darnold, for Tyrod Taylor Tyrod Taylor will be the backup for Davis Mills again, and what's his face in Houston. So Panthers screwed up by using C-Mac like he's Derrick Henry and Marshall Faulk. I definitely agree with that one. Now C-Mac is beat to hell. Yes, he is. Jordan Love is not the long-term answer for Green Bay. They used a first-round pick on him. They got to see what they got in Jordan Love. Darnold needs to be an analyst for ESPN. He's done. That's hilarious. I had enough of Darnold. I'm not a Sam Darnold guy. I've completely given up on him being a starting quarterback. But backup quarterbacks get paid a lot of money, man. So I think he can go be a backup on the clipboard. If he has to play, he has to play. If he doesn't have to play, then he just gets free money. Like, who cares? Oh, what's up, ProTech? What's up, Christian Chris? What's up, bro? What it do? It's shaking. Hey, man, ProTech, don't tell me junk. Bro! Gosh! Bro. Have the notifications on, bro. God dang, bro. Washington first few rounds. Who are your picks and why? That's hard to say because I haven't analyzed all these guys beyond the first round. So I can't really give you an answer right now. By the way, dropping Ritter video in a minute. I'm gonna do my Ritter video. I'm gonna do a whole quarterback position video probably sometime this week with the draft, but not right now though. Crazy Shannon Sharp, let him come out of USC. I liked him come out of school too, but it didn't pan out. So is what it is with Darnold. So those are the ancillary quarterbacks, right? So I'm gonna kind of go ahead and take a step back. You won't see my face for a bit, and we'll talk the big guys. And we're gonna start with Derek Carr. So all right, Derek Carr, right? Las Vegas Raiders quarterback, franchise quarterback of the Las Vegas Raiders. He's on his last year of his deal at $19.5 million contract, right? Okay. My Carrs need to pick an old lineman. Yeah, I need an offensive line help in the worst way. And he's on the last year of his deal. John Gruden's no longer there. And Mike Mayock's no longer there. So Derek Carr could be on the move. And these are my best fits for him. Washington and Pittsburgh. I say Pittsburgh because they need a quarterback. And they'll probably be willing to give up the draft capital necessary to get the quarterback they need. But they also do have a 12th pick in the draft as a backup plan. They can't trade for a quarterback. They can go ahead and try to move up for a Kenny Pickett or take a Sam Howell or take a Desmond Ritter. As for Washington, same scenario for them. They had the 11th pick in the draft. There were 7-10 teams this past season. They had quarterback play with Taylor Heineke and also Kyle Allen. That's not going to do it at this level. They need better quarterback play. I think Derek Carr is definitely an upgrade over those guys. And Derek Carr might not take you to a championship. I'll be honest, I don't think he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. But he's definitely an upgrade over the guys that you do have. And it cannot be a one-year rental. It might be probably to give you a 1-2 year extension. And then he want to be probably like a long-term rental, like a 2-3 year rental. You draft a quarterback, maybe in the second round, develop that guy. And then in 2 years, you can go ahead and trade Derek Carr away, get some draft picks you can get in return and go from there. I think his trade value is a first-round pick plus. So I think like a first round and a mid-round pick, so like a first and a fourth, maybe a first and a fifth, somewhere around there. Wide receiver 2, who you want. A-Rob, Chris Godwin. I would say probably Allen Robinson. It's going to cost too much, though. McDonald's get head guard for the Raiders. I said preseason. That's true. Had him, and yeah, that's true too. Good point. So also, you could probably throw, Jimmy Garoppolo can get traded here as well. But I'm going to go with that he stays in Vegas. Derek Carr is better than he's better than all the other quarterbacks I just named that are available, right? And also, I think that he's an upgrade for a lot of teams. So why trade Derek Carr away? I know they just hired Josh McDaniels as the head coach. We'll talk about that on NFL Right Now tomorrow. But I'm looking at Derek Carr like he's better than these other guys. So why trade him? So I'm gonna go with Derek Carr staying in Vegas for now, but definitely things could definitely change. So let's see some comments here. I wouldn't mind getting Derek in Washington. I wouldn't mind either. He could agree. Yep. Definitely is possible. Fenwick Sports Podcast definitely agree with that, bro. I cannot disagree with that at all. I do see where you're going with that as well. But we're going to the next guy, though, because this next guy's going to be super interesting. And this guy, I think he has a couple destinations, and it's really only one destination for him. Actually, we're going to get to this guy first. Russell Wilson. So, Russell Wilson. All right. So, Russell Wilson, quarterback for the Seahawks. He has, I think, 3 years left on his deal. Let me double check that real quick. He has 3 years left on his deal. Don't quote me. I think he does. I want to make sure I'm not bugging here. All right, so I'm gonna check his contract out now. He might have 2 years left on his deal, maybe. Maybe he had 2 years left, I think. Yeah, so yeah, he has 2 years left on his deal. So his cap hit next year will be $37 million. The next year will be $40 million. So that's a big cap hit, right? Huge cap hit for a quarterback. But, it's Russell Wilson. Think about average of 38.5 per season. Best fits for Russell Wilson are Washington, Pittsburgh, and the Giants. If the Giants looking for a quarterback in the worst way, if they can get rid of Daniel Jones and upgrade from Daniel Jones, that'd be great. Pittsburgh, I say they had Dwayne Haskins and Mason Rudolph, and you know what the Washington football team has: Taylor Heineke and freaking Kyle Allen. That's not going to do it. So those guys are definitely looking for a quarterback this offseason. Maybe not the Giants as much, but I don't believe the noise that they want to keep Daniel Jones. I think that's cap. It's Lions season. It's a bunch of bull jive. I'm not trying to hit that boy. Sorry, I'm not trying to hit that boy. Sorry, no. Trade value, 2 1s plus. So we're going to take more than 2 first-round picks and probably a player or something of that nature to acquire him on this team, on the team that he will get traded to. My prediction, he gets traded to the NFC East, and it will be the New York Giants. His wife, Sierra, wants to be in a big market, for one. You got them with the wife. I'm married myself, so you got them with the wife, right? Number 2, the Giants have a bunch of weapons. Kenny Galladay, Kadarius Toney. They might cut Sterling Shepard because of cap reasons, but they have Sterling Shepard in their roster now. They have Darius Slayton. They're going to probably lose Evan Ingram. Okay, who cares? Evan Ingram stinks. They have Saquon Barkley. The offensive line is shaky. They need to fix it. They have weapons. And number 3, he makes him a playoff team instantly because of how good he is. So I think the Giants would definitely subscribe to that. And I think he will waive his no trade clause for his wife, Sierra. Pittsburgh's a close second to me because of the history and things of that nature. It's a smaller market. So if I didn't pick the Steelers are the best team for him. I think the Giants are the worst team with teenage-free teams. But thinking about his wife and what his wife will want, I think it's the best fit for Russ and his family. So that's why I'm going with the Giants. Any questions about that one? What do y'all think about the rest of the Giants? I think it's possible, and also another thing about the Giants, they have 2 top 7 picks in the draft. So that helps them immensely. They can give up 2 first-round picks this year and not to give nothing next year, right? And one of the first-round picks they got in the Justin Fields trade. So that's something that's kind of free real estate, I guess you want to say. So to get Russell Wilson for 2 1s and probably a player, they're not giving him a ton. They'll give him 2 top 7 picks, but to upgrade from Daniel Jones to Russell Wilson, I do it in a heartbeat, bro. What's up, Alex? How you doing, bro? Is Russ past his prime like McNabb? Ooh, that's a good question. Shout out for the 2 I don't know, bro. I appreciate that. And my answer to your question is, I don't know. I do think that finger was bothering him all season last year. I think he's on a slight decline. I do think he's on a slight. Now, is he like how McNabb was when we got McNabb? No. Russell Wilson has a good 5, 6, 7 years left in him. He's not going to be quite that same Russ he was before this year. A slight decline in play. You're going to see that next couple of years. He'll still be a top 12 quarterback. He'll still be pretty good, though. Just not the top 5 Russell Wilson he has been. Probably a top 10 quarterback. I want to say slight decline because I think the little nicks and knacks trying to get to him. He played with a sprained MCL before. He's played with sprained ankles, played with sprained knee ligaments, other knee ligaments. He's played with sprained shoulders. He has played it with pulled hamstrings. He has played through a lot of pain. That catches up with you after a little bit. So I still think Russ is a darn good quarterback. I'm gonna get twisted. That man, that's why I think he's gonna see a slight decline in play because he's been getting hit a ton. When you get hit like that, it's going to eventually get to you. That's why I said that. But I get what you're saying, though, Hawk. Next one. Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers. Packers quarterback, Big dog, Aaron. Aaron Rodgers. Probably going to move on from Green Bay. Not sure. We'll see. The team that acquires him will take a $27.6 million cap hit. Also, along with the trade, depending on what assets they give up. They give up players that cap number will be eaten up by the players that you trade for, things of that nature. So, trade value for me is 2 ones plus. If this was 3 years ago, this would be 4 ones. But the fact that he is 38 going 39, and he might have 3 years left in him, I don't think there's going to be too much more than 2 ones in a player. But it could get the 3 ones if someone's really desperate. Best fits, Denver Broncos, Philadelphia Eagles. I don't think the Eagles believe in Jalen Hurts as much as they say they do. I think it's a bunch of, excuse my French, bullshit. Excuse my French. And I think it's a bunch of cap. I don't think they believe in Jalen Hurts as much as they say they do. I just don't. I just don't think it's a bunch of bull jive. We got 9 in the building, by the way. So 9 we do got in the building. Broncos are desperate. They have not had a quarterback since Peyton Manning. This sounds like Peyton Manning 2.0 all over again. And they have a contending team already. Like, honestly, the roster they have constructed with the receivers and things of that nature, I think they can go ahead and get Rodgers and have Devontae Adams as a package deal. I think if they were to go ahead and franchise tag Devontae, right, send him and Rodgers there for 3 first-round picks, 2 twos, and probably a couple players. Now, you probably want to get rid of a Cortland Sutton or a Tim Patrick. Who cares? Or even a Jerry Jeudy. It's fine, whatever. You probably won't give it Jerry Jeudy, but you'll probably give it a Tim Patrick. You'll still have Devontae Adams, Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler, Albert O, Noah Fant, Javonte Williams, maybe Melvin Gordon coming back. With Aaron Rodgers? And with a decent defense? A good defense. Oh, my gosh. Ridiculous. Just ridiculous. I think 3 ones for Rodgers is the floor. It could be. Shout out to him for the dono again. Appreciate the 2 out dono, bro. It could be if the team is desperate. I think 2 ones plus will be 2 ones plus maybe 2 twos and a player. So it will probably equal to a first-round pick because you get up 2 second-round picks and a player and probably some other, mid-rounders, something like that. It's going to be a blockbuster deal for sure. I won't say the Eagles would get him because he's a little on the older side. They might want someone younger. So that's why I don't have him here. But that is Aaron Rodgers going to the Broncos. So far, I have as follows. We got 12 in the building, so the 12 we got in the building. So far, I got 4 quarterbacks that are not the big 4. I have Jameis Winston remaining with the Saints. I had the Marcus Mariota being signed with the Steelers as a bridge. I have Mitchell Trubisky going to the Colts or going to I forgot who it was. I think I said Colts, right? Yeah, I think Colts for a backup role. Jimmy Garoppolo, I got him being traded to the Panthers as a bridge for Kenny Pickett, and it won't cost them but a third round, fourth round pick probably. If it Teddy Bridgewater to be determined depending on what the Broncos do at quarterback. And Sam Darnold's not going to be in the league. Protect. Yo, what's up? What's up, Ms. Bergen? How you doing? What's going on? As for the big four so far, I have Derek Carr staying in Vegas. I don't think he's getting moved. As for Aaron Rodgers, just talked about him. I think he's getting traded to the Broncos for 2 1s plus. I think it'd be probably 3 1s plus more stuff. And as for Russell Wilson, I have him going to the NFC East, going to, Giants for probably 2 1s, Daniel Jones, and probably a couple of their weapons they have on their roster, and probably a defensive starter. So that's some crazy stuff going on for sure. Ready for this? I'm going to check it out, bro. I got you, bro, for sure. I got you, bro. Don't worry, I got you. Finally, the finale. The final guy we're going to talk about is Deshaun Watson, the big fish in the pond, the biggest fish, 26 years of age, top 5 quarterback talent in the game. He's going to be available, and the Texans are going to want everything they can get out of this guy and extract as much value as they can out of Deshaun Watson before dealing him away and making Davis Mills their long-term starter. So, be prepared for this one. I don't think Washington fans won't like this. I don't like it, but I think this is definitely it's not quite a prediction, but it's a projection. More of a prediction with this one. I don't think he's going to this team, but this is something you want to keep your eye on. Deshaun Watson, quarterback for the Houston Texans. Best fits are as follows: Panthers and Eagles. Trade value is 3 1s plus, so it'd be 3 first-round picks plus more. Deshaun Watson is the best quarterback in his free agency trade market. Not even close. This man is the biggest fish in the sea. Everyone wants this guy. He does have the sexual allegations on his head at the moment, but I think those are about to kind of dissipate and be over with very, very soon, as he probably will settle with these women so he can move on with his life. And I think one of these two teams will be great. We're greatly appreciative of having Deshaun Watson on their roster. I don't think any other team will have the ammo to do this besides these two teams. I have one of these two teams as fits for Deshaun. Because first, he has to waive no trade clause. And secondly, they have to have the capital for the Texans to go ahead and make the move. If he waives no trade clause, I have him getting traded to the Eagles. Hear me out here. The Eagles are the only team in this draft with 3 1s. I repeat, the Philadelphia Eagles are the only team in the 2022 NFL draft to have 3 first-round picks. You know what that means, right? If Deshaun says, I want to go to Philly, it's happening. Period. They're getting 3 1s. They're probably getting maybe a couple of young players that they like on the Eagles roster, and they'll probably get a second-round pick out of it. But who gives a crap? Getting Deshaun Watson gives a crap. This trade would mean that the Texans will have 4 first-round picks. Understand this. I did not stutter when I said this. The Houston Texans are going to have 4 first-round picks. 4. If they make this, if this trade were to happen, they will get a couple of young talented players on the Eagles roster. They'll have 4 first-round picks. They already had a guy in Davis Mills. They think he could be the guy, and they already have the 3rd pick in the draft. They will have 3 first-round picks, 1 in the top 5, and the other one's in the mid-teens, and 1 in the 20s. Can't beat that. Can't beat it. Deshaun Watson waives his no trade clause. I don't think he will waive his no trade clause to go to Philly. So this is a projection. My actual prediction, which would be kind of surprising, I have him trade to Carolina. It's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot. I understand, bro. It's going to take the kitchen sink and more to get this guy on your team. You got 15 to build. And this is going to be a lot, bro. This is going to be one of the biggest trades we've ever seen. A team might have given up 4 ones. 4 ones. It might go to 4 ones, bro. 4 first round picks. 4 them things. 4. I'm telling you, bro. This is going to be one of the biggest trades we have ever seen in NFL history. You heard it first. It's going to be insane, bro. It's going to be insane. It's going to be insane. Yeah, bro. It's been one of the craziest trades ever. I think the only team that had the ammo are the Eagles and Panthers. Panthers have young, talented players that the Texans would like. And they also are willing to give up every one of their first-round picks for the next 3 years to go and make that happen. So there you have it. I have Deshaun Watson getting traded to the Eagles or Panthers, depending on where there's no trade clause to. I have Carr staying in Vegas. I think I'll pass. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on that too, honestly. I want Rodgers. The rest of the bumps. The rest of the bumps are out there. If ain't Watson or Russ, I would draft a quarterback. I'll take Derek Carr though too. I'll take Carr too, honestly speaking. But yeah, Deshaun, Philadelphia, or Carolina. I have Rodgers getting traded to Denver. I have the Giants making the move for Russ. And crazy. It's been crazy, but definitely possible. They don't have the cap space right now. So they don't have to make a lot of moves to make it happen. But it's quite possible. Carr staying in Vegas. I have Jimmy Garoppolo going to the Panthers if they don't get Deshaun Watson. If they get Deshaun Watson, I think Jimmy Garoppolo will be a backup somewhere. Don't know where. Teddy Bridgewater, depending on what the situation is, quarterbacking in Carolina. Also, Mr. Trubisky going to probably the Colts as their backup. Marcus Mariota going to Pittsburgh as a bridge if they cannot acquire one of these big 4. And Jameis Winston staying in New Orleans with the Saints. And Tyrod Taylor being a backup somewhere where they're going to draft a rookie quarterback. I.e., if the Washington football team drafts a rookie quarterback, they're going to pick up Tyrod Taylor. Why? Whenever Tyrod Taylor goes to a team for rookie quarterback, that guy plays out of his freaking noggin. Baker Mayfield, Justin Herbert, and now Davis Mills. It has been a track record. This guy makes these guys play better. Do not ask me why. I don't know if it's a freaking quarterback guru in disguise. I don't know. I'll take Tyrod Taylor if they draft a rookie quarterback. Period. That's how I feel. What the hell? So you tell me Russ going to the Giants, Philly? We get Mitch. Now, I don't think we're getting Mitch. I think we're drafting Ritter. That's my prediction for Washington. So I think Watson will be more likely to go to Carolina, but I would not. I think the Philadelphia Eagles as a team I won't rule out. They have a young receiver they like in Devontae Smith. Do have a young tight end in Dallas Goedert. They have backs that can run the football. Really good offensive line. They did lose Brian Brooks to retirement, but still a really solid offensive line. And their defense ain't half bad either. So, and they have about $25 million of cap space. So it's doable. And they have 3 ones. Watson could look at that situation and say, I go to Philly. I'm winning the NFC East. Washington ain't beating me. Dallas ain't beating me. I'm Deshaun Watson. Beating me? Who do you think you are? Giants ain't beating me. You were Russ. Ain't beating me. So Think about that. Also with Russ, I said you got to think about his wife and things of that nature. I think Russ could go to Pittsburgh, and I would not be shocked. But we'll see. Also, yeah, exactly. Agreed. Don't play. Man, I hope it don't play out like that. I hope it don't even, man, because if it do, we in some deep trouble. But if you're any NFC East team not named the Cowboys, you want to upgrade your quarterback position. That's something I had to think about with this as well. I look at the Eagles and I said, are they really going to do that? Wednesday. You want on? You want it? Wednesday. Rio will be on too. Brass, quarterback. Man, Ron can't afford it. Trick off from year 3. I agree with that. Love to see Russ in Pittsburgh. Great Tomlin, great coach. Yeah, I think they'll be Super Bowl contenders. They have Russ. Logic will prevail. Believe that. And logically, if you're Deshaun Watson, Carolina and Philly are loaded. The only thing those two teams are missing is legit quarterback play. Honestly, it may be a coach with Carolina, but those offenses are loaded, bro. If Christian McCaffrey, you got Terrence Marshall is drafted, have Tommy Tremble, DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. So that's going to do it for me, man. That is my quarterback predictions for the 2022 offseason. What do you guys think about this in the comment section? And what do you guys think is going to happen here with Washington and these other teams that need quarterbacks and a team that might not need a quarterback, but want to upgrade a quarterback? Think about it. What do you think? Also, full court will be next year. If you get Desmond Ridder will be a starting quarterback of the Washington football team / Commanders. Also, quick announcements. 8:15 p.m. I will be on the channel 8:15 a.m. on Wednesday to give you guys a name reveal live stream. I'll be on with Rio. We will combine our live streams. We're going to talk about on the phone when I get off this stream with you guys. And we're going to go ahead and figure out how we're going to combine our live streams this week for the name reveal. And we will do it on the channel 8:15 a.m. Be here, be square. We'll sit here. We'll wait for this name to be revealed. We're going to say, oh, SHIT, new name. Oh, crap, it's lit. Next, 8 p.m. that same day, we will have a Washington football team roundtable. Those guys will be as follows. It will be Jairus, Rio, myself, and Street Scores. I'm going to send them the StreamYard link tonight, and those guys will be on the channel, and we'll talk about Washington football and everything else, the new name, the new unis, our thoughts on it. Also, free agency talk. Mainly, we won't talk too much draft, but we'll talk mainly free agency because free agency before the draft and guys we want to pick up in that nature. So that'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday. So that is the content coming up for the channel. Also, tomorrow I will upload a video of 5 low-key free agents that the Washington football team should pick up and why, after our last Washington football team video, because Wednesday we will have a name. So until then, I love you guys. Guys, take it easy and have a wonderful night. And stay easy, stay safe, stay healthy. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Or maybe most Atlantic Time sport choice. No professional on the field, technically sound. You will always open like time. That's hard dedication, man. Protect fans, sure. Always have a great one, guys. Let me know what you guys think about how I format this live stream tonight. Did you like the organization? Did you like the slides? How you like it? Let me know in the comment section on the playback. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Until then, peace, love, and blessings. Have a great night. Have a wonderful night. Protect. I'm gonna say this. I got to say about Michael Thomas in Washington. I know I'm I'm not a Michael Thomas guy. I think I'll pass. But I know the talent's there, but I'm good on Michael Thomas, man. He's a head case, dude. I'm good.